Hey everyone, I promised I would show you how to make repeating patterns for your brand or your classroom or for a step and repeat banner or even for a phone screensaver. And so I have Canva pulled up on my screen right here. I'm going to show you right now. I've got some items, some assets, some images that I feel like represent my brand. I showed you this on Instagram yesterday on my Hello Literacy Instagram. And these are items that are using brand colors. You even have a little logo in the middle there. You don't have to do that. And you can decide how much white space you want in between each of your items, and you can create the tilt or no tilt if you want to for the items. The most important thing you need to do is you need to make sure that on the canvas side itself, if you were to go screen grab all of the items, you'll see the white dotted line around the edge. You want that white dotted line to be all the way around the white edge. If you have any objects, like for example, if I were to bring this bulb out to the very edge, then you can see how the white dotted line is now farther outside the white than it should be. So the white dotted line needs to be right at the same edge line as your slide. Okay, just like that. You can also use you can use the same objects. I just use the same objects, mostly the same objects with items that were all white, and just played around with changing the background color. You could do this as well. I'm going to create a duplicate slide, and then I'm going to change the background here to another brand color that for me, get rid of the trophy here, which for me would be this pink color or green. I think the blue would look really good, or even the mint. That looks really good. So to start making a repeating pattern, the first step is to get everything on the page, but not bleeding off the page. So you can see how all of these objects are right up to the edge, but not quite off of the edge. I'm going to show you how my white dotted line goes around the entire perimeter and it doesn't go off the purple. So the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to select everything, and then you're going to group it, like I'm going to group it here. And once you group everything, then you're going to add a page, just a blank page here, not the objects. And now that everything is grouped here, you're going to copy that. You're not going to select duplicate. I'm just going to go up to edit and copy. And then I'm going to go down to this blank side here, and I'm going to hit paste here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 4 of these. So now that these are all grouped together, I'm going to put 1 in each quadrant. And once I get it into the quadrant, these little pink lines are going to appear. And so I'm going to copy this into each quadrant until the pink lines appear, both horizontally and vertically, just like that. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go up into this quadrant and wait for those pink lines to appear, both horizontally and vertically. Obviously, I'm not getting the left one right. And it takes a little bit of practice, obviously. Waiting for that middle one to show up. And it just keeps not showing up there. Let me see I got to smidge it over to the left a little bit. Okay. And then again, I'm going to group it and copy it down into this corner. And again, waiting for those sort of groups to show up, those lines to show up horizontally and vertically. And if you don't get them lined up on the pink lines, then your step and repeat pattern won't line up when you go to do that. And you really don't want that to happen. Okay, so now everything is off of the edge. That's what you want. Okay, you want everything off of the edge. Now, whatever you want to do now, if you want to make any changes, you can make changes to objects inside the purple, but do not make any changes to anything that's off of the edge. Okay, nothing off of the edge. So you're going to have to ungroup if you want to make any changes. So I'm going to that. I only have a Loom account that lets me create 5-minute videos. So here, let me pick up where I left off. So you can see here now we've got the four sections here. We've ungrouped everything. And if you want to make any changes now, you can only do so inside to images inside the purple area, but do not touch anything on the perimeter. Everything on the perimeter is perfectly placed, so it's going to line up with the next repeating pattern. So like, do not touch the pencil. But if you want to touch the bulb, you can. If you want to move the trophy over or move the book down, whatever, you can inside, but do not touch anything around the perimeter. Okay. Then you're going to download page 3. I'm going to download page 3 here, only page 3. Okay. I'm going to unselect everything and just download page 3. And then you're going to create another page. I'm just going to click add page. So now I've got add page. And what I'm going to do is you're going to grab the slide that you just downloaded, the PNG file from your downloads folder, upload it to the uploads area of Canvas, which I've already done. And then you're going to drag it over into the quadrant, and you're going to put it one in each quadrant. Okay, so see how the pink lines are lined up in the middle, horizontally and vertically? That's what you want. You want them to, so you know the placement is perfect. And then we're going to duplicate, do the same thing, duplicate, and duplicate. And we're just bringing that around. So now, do you see why not touching anything around the edge is really important? That's so now everything looks like uniform and like it's repeating on its own. The pencils repeat the same pattern, the books and things like that. And you could be done with this if you wanted to, or you can make the pattern even smaller by downloading page 4, just page 4, just this page, to create an even smaller pattern if you wanted to. And if you wanted to do that, then again, you have to create another blank page. You also have to take what you just downloaded there, and you have to put that new PNG into your, it didn't like me doing that. So I have to just grab page 3, which is all I wanted. Okay. So now I'm going to take that one and make an even more condensed one. So I'm going to add this into here. No, I don't want that one. Wrong. I want to grab the one that has the smaller pattern in it, which is going to be number 5. There we go. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to move page 5 over, and I'm going to put it into just each quadrant there. Duplicate there. Duplicate there, and one more. So now I have an even more of a pattern page. Isn't that darling? I love this. You can experiment with colors, different colors in the background, and then your images as colored or just white with the colors on the back. It's completely up to you. And then of course, if you wanted to put it on a screensaver, you could just screen grab, like a story size, and then you have it and then you're done. So that's how you make repeating pattern paper. You could obviously make the bulletin board paper like this. Again, add it to photos, make a step and repeat banner. The sky is the limit, truly.